see if this is working yet. How are you guys doing? Let's see. There we go. Okay, it is working. Okay, so a couple cool things about today. So, my friend at Practically Our, it's echoing. My friend at Practically Perfect Deliveries, she sent me my little box. So September is my birthday month. So I decided when Disney came out with several of their, they came out with a bunch of their Halloween items from the parks. I decided to order a couple for myself as like kind of a birthday surprise. And she does these little like treat bags from Walt Disney World. And my friend Tara from Practically Perfect, that's it, Practically Perfect, whoops, gosh, the echo, okay, from Practically Perfect Disney deliveries and stuff, she ordered me these adorable ears. How cute are the ears from this year? They're plaid with, look at that orange bow. I mean, these are the cutest new ears ever. And so let me take off my headband and put these on. Because, I mean, these are way better than the other headband I was wearing. I mean, hello. Look at that plaid. I just had to share with you my joy before we do our little project. And then the other thing that I ordered for myself was, how cute is this little cat? I mean, hello. It's Minnie dressed as a cat. Look, she's even got a tail and everything. Like, so cute. And look at her clothes. She's all like so cute in her little gray and orange. I have a Halloween Minnie Mouse already. And look at her shoes. I mean, hello. How can I not want this little... She is so sweet. Anyway, if any of you know me at all, I love my cats. And sometimes they jump in front of my videos. But I had to share with you my little birthday gift to myself. And she put a bunch of other Halloween like items in there, which were super fun. And I was super excited about. So today's project, by the way, is like epic. I can't believe I did it because it's insane. But I decided, I had this crazy idea that I wanted to do a haunted house. So at Christmas time, you know, people will take candies and they'll, people will take candies and then they'll put them on top of candy canes and make it like Santa's sleigh. And it'll be this like Santa's sleigh gift that you give. Well, I thought, what if I made one that was like a haunted house? And so I did. And I mean, how stinking cute is this? So I made a haunted house out of chocolate candy bars and stuff. I'll raise it up a little higher. And I'll zoom in. Oh, it's coming down a little because it's not really meant to stand up. I didn't really know how to do one that was like standing up. But still, it's so cute as is. I just love it. I couldn't get enough of it. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that today. And we'll have a little card that accompanies it. So, I mean, it's just so cute. So let me go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get started. So, I wanted to show you, let me turn it this way. Sorry, I'm always a little crooked. I think that helps. There we go. All right, there you go, guys. Sorry about that. So let me take down my little workspace. So as you can see, it's this cute haunted house, but out of chocolate bars. I just couldn't, I don't know, something was telling me that it would be fun to do something this crazy. And I couldn't help but use all the paper. I don't really have one featured project per se. I just kind of featured a lot. Well, I guess I featured the black and white sides of this paper, which a lot of people don't realize. There's all these great black and white sides of the paper. We've seen all the cute ghost ones on the other side, but this paper has really, really cute bats and cats, and you know, the other side with the cats is super cute. But all this black and white on the other side is really awesome too. And I especially love this one that says Boo. That one's one of my faves. And so, I mean, I just think the black and white sides of this paper are underrated. Is that the right word? Let's see. Yeah, underrated. Like, people may not notice how beneficial they are. I love this paper. I was tempted to try and cover my chocolate bar with this paper. The only problem is that it just wasn't big enough, and I was going to have to patchwork it, and I just felt like I need to find another piece of paper that's going to be cool enough, big enough to cover this giant candy bar. And so that's what I did. And I wanted to really focus on using just the black and white sides of this paper. So that's what I did. So here we are. And so this is project number, I think, 5 of my, let's see. No, this is I think this is project number 5 of my Halloween, 13 projects of Halloween. So we're almost like halfway through. So what I did was I went ahead and I wanted to use a giant candy bar. Let me set this over here so the cats don't attack it and make it fall on the ground. I had to use a giant candy bar. Now this giant candy bar is specific. The reason why in order to make it, there's an extra large Hershey's bar, but there's also, it's like a tiny bit narrower. It's like half an inch narrower. So I wanted the widest possible. Now, I don't know if they have these exact giant ones at Walmart, but I know they have them at like Walgreens and CVS, you know, so at stores that tend to have like a lot of variety of candy, you know, because sometimes you go to a place like Walmart and it's just like so big, they may not have the exact kind of candy you want. But I always feel like at Walgreens, I can find even like the weird candies that my mom likes. She always likes these weird licorice type candies that I don't like. But they had an extra large, and then they had this giant version, and it's really about a 1/4 inch to half an inch bigger. And the Kit Kat is also the huge Kit Kat bar was also a little bit smaller as well. Like, so just so you know, this one was much bigger. I think it's 8 inches by, where's my little ruler? You know, my handy ruler. I should get a cuter ruler for my videos. So it's 8 inches by 4 inches. Okay. And so I went ahead and wanted to find a green piece of paper that wasn't necessarily too feminine or too, so I found this green paper in the Inked Expressions. Now, a lot of people really love the other sides. The front sides of these have the gold in them. And so, I mean, they're gorgeous and stunning, obviously, because look at all that great gold. I mean, who doesn't want that paper here? And I thought about using this one, but I felt like the gold kind of didn't make it spooky. And so the other side of this paper has gold on it too. It has these like peach colored flowers. But I wanted to focus on just the green side. So this piece here is 10 by 7 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side here. I might actually tape it down so I don't get it lost again. I'll just pick it up when I need it. Okay. And so I'm so glad you guys tuned in. And I was like right on time today. So the first thing I had to do was I taped down these little flags, the little ends, because I just didn't want the silver showing, and it wasn't like a huge deal. I just kind of liked the cleaner look. So I just taped it down. And then to get my other candies, I actually went to the dollar store. I went to the dollar store. Yeah, I think all of the other candies I got at the dollar store, and I'll tell you why. I don't have the bag actually with me, but I should have grabbed the bag. So at the dollar store, they will have some of these other candies and in a small bag, you know. So you tape your little Hershey's bar first. So I taped down my little flags. Then what I did was I just wrapped it around. And I actually, because I wanted to make sure this stayed nice and tight, I taped this one down, okay? I actually taped this one down, and then I'm going to use my tear and tape, okay? So I tape this one down, and let me go ahead. And don't forget, you can find everything you need at fabulousstamper.com, and you can see all the awesome items. Oh, and today is the last day for this particular host code, okay? And so I'm not featuring any particular product other than this paper, but I just fell in love with the idea of making this fun candy, and so hopefully you guys will think it's cool too. I will make a little card, but I was just kind of like trying to think of something cool to do. So yeah, okay. So for this one, I put one piece, I taped it down just because the tape is going to hold that paper in place, because I want to get this as nice and tight as possible when I lay it over. So you put one piece of tear and tape here. Then you put another piece of tear and tape over here on the other side, because I want this to stay on. I don't want it popping off. And so I don't usually tend to skimp. I would have used tape, you know, just to tape it closed, but I don't know. I wanted it to look clean. I don't want it to look like I just taped everything together. I want it to, you know, the glue to be hidden and the tape to be hidden and stuff. So you go ahead and you pull it nice and tight and try to get it square on the top. Push it nice and tight and press down nice and firmly without pressing too hard, because you don't want to break your candy bar. And so there we have that. Okay, so then for the roof, the next thing you need to do is the roof. And so for the roof, I actually took and used these M&Ms, and I didn't even like tape these flaps. I was trying to get it to where the edges were showing, but it was really kind of fussy to try and get it where the edges here were showing, like the edges of the house. It was a little too fussy for me, so I went ahead and just stopped. And not all the bags are the same, and so they're all a little bit different. Oh, that's the other reason why I did not score this. Don't try to score this paper, because each candy bar is a tiny bit different in size by even a fraction of an inch. And what will happen is if you try to score it and then it doesn't come, you'll get these bumpy lumps. And so it was better for me just to wrap it, just to straight up wrap it around. So then I took my M&Ms. So I had all these variety of candies I wanted to use. So I just taped this one down, because this little piece of tape is going to get covered up. And I know it's so silly to do this project, but hopefully you guys will see the whimsy of it as I keep going. Let's see, let me get it even. And so yeah, I just love the idea of this haunted house. I don't know, to me it just seemed like such a cool idea. I've seen a lot of little candies where they've done things with candies. Oh, and I forgot to put a piece of tear and tape right here, because I just want to get this to hold down. And so let's see, let me put one right here, just a little bit, just so it can be nice and firm. It's kind of hard to get it to be totally falling snug on the M&Ms, because it's a bumpy bag. But there we go. There we go, there. And then what I did was this one, I didn't even cut this. This is just a 6x6 roof. Nothing else crazy, just a 6x6 roof. Okay, and you see, when I put it down like this, it's going to just hold. But I do want to put a little bit of ribbon around the top here. I thought it would be fun to just add a little something to change it up. So I'm using this ribbon here. And so I'm just gonna grab some scissors and chop those. And I'm just gonna tape this down, as I often do with ribbon. Most of the time I'll just tape it down, because of the fact that the ribbon tends to stay in place more securely when I tape it down, as opposed to when I use tear and tape. So let me go ahead and, just to give a little eave to my roof. Okay, and so I'm super excited about my little project today. And I think I also like this little sparkle. I thought about using this new checkered ribbon that we have, but I also kind of felt like, nah, you know, black and white on black and white felt a little, I don't know, to me it just didn't have the same flair as the glitter. And then I also had the other option of using this green, which I may actually still do depending on how I feel. Let me see how this looks, because then it'll coordinate with the green here a little bit. So maybe I will do a little of that. Actually, I think I will, just to add a little dimension and texture. So it's a little different than the sample I made. So let me peel up this little piece of ribbon, because I want, I want this to go over the top. So we'll put on the green one and then we'll put on the black one over the top. So this is Old Olive. There we go. Yeah. So this is Old Olive and Pretty Peacock ribbon. And the Old Olive, it's sparkly. You know, it has this great sparkle to it. That way I add just a little something to the eaves of the roof. You see? And then if I have it, the black overlap it just a touch, you get like another color in between. So it's like 3 different ribbons a little bit. So that's just the only little change I added to it. And I know it's insane to make a candy container like this, but I couldn't help it. I don't know. To me, it just seemed like such a cool idea, because I've seen people make gingerbread houses and stuff like that that's all Halloween, but I've never seen I've never seen a candy bar like this, but I've seen like a Santa's workshop like this and things like that. So there we go. And so this, I'm literally just going to add some tear and tape to the edge of this M&M, and I'm gonna press it down and then put some on the back. So the roof is a little, it's not an ideal roof, but hopefully you guys get the gesture, get the idea, and it's not a really terrible design. So, all right, let me go ahead and put my, all right, so yeah, so this Hershey's bar I think was like $3, by the way. And then the M&Ms and everything, like I said, I got from the Dollar Tree, because I just didn't want to spend too much on the candy, which you can wind up doing when you're doing some of these projects. And you know, like even gingerbread houses sometimes will be really expensive when you start adding up all the candy you buy for it. So let me just get it centered. Let me do it from the front side here. Okay, hopefully. Yep, perfect. And then when I bring, oh, see this piece of, these M&Ms are a little bit bigger. And so actually they are pulling, so the back of the house is a little less than the front. But that's because this bag of M&Ms is bigger than the other bag I have. Isn't that amazing how just that one bag, even though I used the same bag on the other side, it changed the project just a tiny bit because of the size of M&Ms in there. And so I found that the plain M&Ms worked best for this part of the roof. Let me see if I can squeeze it. No. See, on my other one, the roof is like even. So there we go. So there's my roof. There's my little roof. So cute. All right. And then I took a Kit Kat for the door and 3 of these little miniatures for the windows. Okay. And so, oh, see, and it's about right. Yeah. And I wanted 3 little miniatures for the window. And I got a bag of, I think it's like 10 miniatures at the Dollar Tree. So for $1, you'll get, I think it was about 10 of these were in one little bag. It's just a few ounces, so it's not even like, so, you know, one of these big bags is like $3 at Walgreens or Walmart or something. But at the Dollar Tree, I only needed 3. So for $1, I'm totally like score, and then I had extras. So I had enough to make 2 of these, and actually, and then some. I just would have needed another candy bar. And the same thing here. They have a pack of these little Kit Kats for just $1. I also thought about using another little mini Hershey bar, but because this was Hershey's, I didn't really want to use it. I actually thought I had another Hershey's bar, like a crisp or something, but I put them both on that one by mistake. So the variety isn't as much on this particular one, but you can change it up. So, and then we'll get my little strips. So this little strip here, the windows are 3 inches by 1.5. And there is a sort of a direction to this paper. So it's not completely directional, but there's a directional to the haunted part on the back, the haunted mansion parts on the back. So I cut it according to that, so that I made sure that I didn't cut the paper the wrong direction. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this aside again. Okay. And I'm going to put some tear and tape here. And you know, I could have also made another little box that just has these little candies in it, but I didn't. Maybe I'll do that on another. And so I kind of liked having, so I'm going to have to put them on the edges. So I kind of liked having the little silver edge. And so that's why this was a mistake to have this particular candy, only because, see, and look at this candy is just the tiniest bit smaller than the other candies I've done. So it's so funny how it can change with each candy. So I'm just going to trim this just a touch, just so I can make sure it doesn't overhang. I mean, I don't think I cut them wrong because I measured them before. I mean, I could have cut them wrong, but we'll see. We'll see what the other ones are like. And then what I did was I put a little bit of tear and tape here on this one so that it can be nice and firm on the other side. Let's see if the Mr. Goodbar one will fit. If not, then I cut them wrong. But it's 1.5. Oh, you know what it is? I had put the strip over too far on this side. That's what happened. I had started too far over, and I really needed to start like way over here on this seam. That's what I did wrong. So that was my fault. And so just cut up my little scraps. This was a scrap one, I think. There we go. And then I didn't wind up with the extra. It overlaps quite a bit. There we go. And so just a fun little Halloween silliness, you know. I know it's kind of a major thing to do to have all this candy, but I think I've said that too many times. Sorry, guys. But, I mean, how fun. All right. So there's another one. And let me see if this one can... Oh, yeah, see, I think I had put it over here. And maybe that's why it was so off. I don't know. It had just come out a little off. Okay. And so, go ahead and wrap this around. And you can choose any kind of candies you wanted. I could have even used the nuggets, the Hershey's Nuggets, which I think they also had at the Dollar Tree in a really small pack. I mean, if I can spend just a few dollars on candy instead of $10 on candy to make the same project, might as well. There we go. And then we make my little door. Same thing. I'm going to tape these down. I love my ears. My new ears, my new plaid ears. Okay. And the door is just 3 by 4. Okay. And I used a Kit Kat. It'll be a little bit, If you use a Hershey's, a little mini Hershey's, they're a little narrower than this. So just so you know, you might need to adjust it based on your, and see, this is even a little too big for my Hershey's bar actually. It's just a touch too big, but that's because each bar is just slightly different size. It's amazing how they can put it in the factory where they're all the same, but they're never really all the same. And so it's not really a super hard. Oh, I gotta go grab the Hershey's Kiss, the Hershey's cups. I know where they are. Okay, and actually I'm gonna put some extra tear and tape on this just so my door doesn't come up. I'm gonna put some on this edge like I did on the large bar, because this paper is, you know, it's not like, it's pulling a little bit, and I want to make sure it stays together. Oops, let me pull off this one. Okay, done. So there's my door, and let me grab my, oh, I have the light here, and I was so excited to show you all my stuff. I forgot about my light. And let me grab some, the Hershey's, or not Hershey's, the Reese's peanut butter cups real quick. I had to put them in a different place. I forgot to grab them. Okay, so I also thought my little house needed some decor. So that's where I came up with these little peanut butter cups that you'll see. So all I did, you can put tear and tape, but I didn't want it to, I guess I didn't want to have it attached super tight. If you do that, use the tear and tape, it will rip this paper right up. So I actually would just use some glue dots to affix my little door. So I just grabbed a couple glue dots, and in order to pick up the glue dot, you can use tweezers if it bothers you, or take your pick tool. That's another thing that's very helpful. Or sometimes I will just press it against what I need to glue down, and then it just picks it up. Okay. Okay, and so I'm going to take the two, and this one looks like it's upside down, but it's not, and then this one in the middle. Okay, and so let me get some glue dots on here and put the one in the middle first. I think my overhang is a little different. Like I told you, it had moved on me. That's okay. It still looks like a little window. Once you cut everything, doesn't take too long. For me, it took me a long time to first make it because I had to figure out the dimensions of it. And so, yeah. Whoopsie. And so then when I give this to someone, it'll just pop off of the candy bar without too much crazy effort. And the only other thing I wanted to add to this, there are these little black matte dots that we have in the catalog. Okay, I need the larger ones. This was a sample that I had gotten from someone. And so that's how I got just one. I took one of the little black matte dots and put that there, just so it had a little doorknob. And they're just little black matte dots, they're called. Yeah, black matte resin dots, I think. So you see, so how cute. Look at the houses coming together. So then the only other part that's not super fussy, but a little fussy is this. So you cut out these little pieces. And so this was on the edge of a paper. And so as you know, the paper is not perfect. So, you know, it'll cut off some of the pieces. But I also think it's kind of cool when you can use this. This was on a scrap that I wasn't going to throw it away, but I wanted to definitely make sure that I used all of the pieces I could. So I'm going to have it coming out of that door, or I'm going to have it coming out of the side of this window. And then I also cut this little bat, which I want under here. And I think I'm going to attach this one with dimensionals this time. On my other one, I attached it with just some tear and tape, but I think this time I'm going to use some dimensionals. And I just cut this out of the paper. Nothing crazy, but you know, so I'm using the color, but I'm letting, yeah, there we go. I like this better with the dimensionals, because then it's popping away from the door just a little. And then I'll use the punch for that one. And let's see, I also had punch for this one too. And let's see, and I think I'm not sure if I want that one. I definitely want to punch this one out. So for the little ghost, if you put it in just right, oh, it's not going to fit. So what I'm going to do is whenever I can't get something to fit into my punch, or it's just my fingers are a little too big to slide it in there, I will add a little sticky note to just get it so that I can hold it in the right place to punch it. There we go. And then I can throw away any of the scraps, but it held just enough to get my little ghost. And so, and I think I wanted this ghost here, like on my other one. And then for the pumpkin, I think I'm going to have to do the same thing, except I'm going to have to put it in this way. Let's see if it'll work. Oh, I'm going to trim this off. So usually what I do is I take one sheet of all the one that has all the images, and then I cut these out and use them on different projects. And that's a tip, so that I can use the straight page that I have later. I can use that one. I can use this one just for its own design, but I'll also have one that I've just cut out a bunch of the pieces from it. And so that's just a tip for you. Take one of them and just cut out all the little pieces and make a bunch of cards that way. That's one little trick. So let me get my pumpkin in here and punch that out. There we go. And this is some garbage here. Oh, and I cut out this little tiny bat, which I thought would be fun on the roof. Oh, I think I wanted to put that other ghost on the roof. That's why. And so I'm going to be using the pumpkin down there. And I think I was going to use this ghost on the roof. I just wanted a ghost on the roof. And so this one's so cute. He's cutting all this, he's eating all this candy, like or popcorn or something, and just throwing it all into his mouth. And remember, you move the paper, not the scissors. The scissors really don't move. I cut out some ahead of time because it's so boring to watch people cutting things out. Okay. And so, I mean, I guess I can have her on the roof and him here, so that I don't want to, yeah, I think I might do that. And then a little bat on the roof. And then the pumpkin is going to go here on this little Reese's. And I also was going to cut a little skull and put him on the other one. And so, see, this one I've already cut out a couple of the skulls. Oh, and I also need to cut out a little for the door, a little tombstone for the door. Okay, so let me cut out this little tombstone. I thought I had one already cut, but I guess not. And you never know, these pieces, even these half faces, can be used just like I did here with the ghost, where it's peeking out from the side. I could have half of a skull face popping out of the side as well if I wanted, as just like a peekaboo little skull. So don't toss that. This is actually for the door, as like a little door knocker. I can't find my Stampin' Up paper snips. I need to bring those out. Okay. And you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, and then I'm just gonna pop him on a little dimensional and put that right in the center of my door, like a little door knocker or a window, but because it's a tombstone, I think it looks cooler. Cool. And then we have the other little skull. So the skull and the pumpkin are going to go there. Let me see how this looks. I had another cat that I punched out from a different project, but I couldn't figure out how to work the cat in where it wasn't. I guess I could have put the cat there, but I feel like it's missing its body too much, you know? And I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't feel like it looked good popping out of the, here it makes it look like these are intentionally 3D, like in my opinion. So let me go ahead and put a little dot on the back of this pumpkin and place him there. Dot on the back of the skull, place him there. And then for these ones, I want to put dimensionals on the back of these. So I definitely want to put dimensionals on the back of her. And I'm going to put her on the roof, I think, right here. Or maybe I'll put her over here so the ghosts are a little more spread out. And then I want to put that little bat. I'm gonna cut some of my, I don't have a mini dimensional handy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut one of my other ones into smaller size. And then I can put the bat like right over here, like it's flying. Okay, and then put the ghost. I think I want it like that. And this one I want to the side, so I'm going to put a little glue dot on the back of this because I don't want this one 3D. I want this one just tucked behind the window here, like it's coming out of the window. Okay, let's see if that worked. It sort of worked, yeah. And then this one, we'll put another little, I'll just chop one of my dimensionals so I can put this on him. I'm just deciding where to put him or her. Let's see, how's that look? Yeah, I guess I could put him even down here. I just kind of liked the idea of them on top of the window. No, I think I'll put him on the window. There we go. And he's just flying by. And same with her. She's just flying by. I could have put her here too, but I guess I just didn't want these large ones to be too close together. Just have her near the roof, a little spooky. And that's it for as far as my candy creation. That's it. So it took like 30 minutes to put it all together, including all the gabbing I did. So it's not too bad. And because this is so elaborate, this candy bar, I felt like the card that goes with it needs to be simple. So I'm going to keep this as a really, really basic card. I'm actually going to use the Memories and More cards, which are here. So the Memories and More card and envelope come with 20 cards, including their envelopes. So the reason why I use this is because if I use this little card, this little note card, I just need a little something. I don't need it to be too elaborate, too crazy. I just need a little something to add to my gift so that when I give it, it doesn't look like I just don't want to go too much. And so it has a matching card to go with it. So I'm going to set aside my candy for a sec. Oh, I got to glue these down. I actually put dimensionals on the back of these. I had just put one, which was enough to hold it on, but I might have needed to add more. I just didn't want to add too many adhesives because, you know, you want people to be able to pick it up. But I probably should add maybe a second one. There we go. And just to hold it down. And I put the dimensionals because there's a little dip in the Reese's. And so, there you go. So let me set this here. And let me go ahead and take my Happy Haunting. And I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz because that is the color of the green paper. The green paper is Pear Pizzazz. And so let me ink up my Happy Haunting. And Happy Haunting comes from the Banner Year stamp set. And so this is a great stamp set for all year round. And I've really, really loved using it. And so for the Happy Haunting, I was thinking I'd put a little pumpkin down here. But maybe I'll just do the bats. Then I'm going to put Happy Haunting here. Okay, and then I'm going to do just the bat in the corner. Maybe a couple bats flying across. So it's super simple card, just enough to give you what you need. I need to re-ink that Pear Pizzazz. And I think I'll do a couple bats going across. Oh my gosh, so sweet. That's it. There's my card done. Finished. So there's my card. And here's my candy bar. So how cute would it be to get, oh, I should have put a little bat on my envelope. How cute would it be to get this gift from a friend for Halloween? Put my little bat on the envelope. And then have my little, how fun is that? To get the candy bar and the card together as a gift for Halloween. It's quite elaborate when it's all together, but you know, sometimes it's fun to give, like, I don't know, maybe like my boss or a teacher or something. I thought, how cute would that be? Or just fun would it be just to give a little something like this as a gift, as opposed to, you know, just a candy bar wrapped in regular paper. I just made it a little fancier. So thanks for tuning in. I'm surprised this didn't take me that long. I think the hardest part was figuring out the measurements of my paper. And so, like I said, the wrapping for the house was 10 by 7 3/4. The roof is just a 6 by 6. The windows are 3 inches by 1.5 inch strips, and the door is 3 inches by 4 inches, a 4-inch strip. And this is M&M's for the roof, the giant Hershey's bar, not the extra large, the giant size. Just so I could get more windows. If I had a narrower one, I could have had less windows. I might not have been able to put as many little pieces on it. And these are Reese's, and this is a little mini Kit Kat. And so you could adjust the sizes based on the type of candy you chose. Today is the last day for using this particular host code. I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I really appreciate your guys' support and, you know, everything I do. You know, even if you guys don't buy anything, just watching and commenting and sharing my video, I just love it. I'm just so grateful for your help. And, you know, I do this just for fun. I mean, I obviously am a demonstrator, and so I sell the product, but I also recognize, like, just it's a great creative outlet for me, and I just love being able to make pretty things and share them with you guys. So thanks for tuning in and supporting me in that way. And yeah, I appreciate it. So I hope you have a great day, and thanks so much.